What's up, everybody out there? Aaron here with another deck profile. Monarchs. This Monarch deck is completely way different than the Monarchs that were done before. If you have not seen my other Monarch decks, you can check them out for yourself if you wish to, or just see how this Monarch deck is. There are some differences and similarities in this deck. It may look competitive, but again, like always, I'm not trying to make these decks competitive because I'm not a competitive player. Now, further ado, here we go. Monarchs. This was at 1 when the game started and the Monarchs came out. This was at 3, but at least it went to 2. Thank God. Anyways. Ether. You can tribute. You can tribute this by 1 tribute if you tributed a tributed monster. So, even if it's a level 8, you can tribute 1 as long as you're tributing a tributed monster. Now, Ether. You must send away a spell, trap, card of a Monarch, send it to the graveyard. Now, if you do this effect, you can special summon a 24,000 defenser or a 28 attack and 1,000 defenser. Special summon it. The effect's negated. At the end of that turn, the one you special summoned, it goes back to your hand. So, that's Ether. Erebus. Same thing. Send away a spell trap of a Monarch from your deck, send it to the graveyard. When this effect, then its effect activates, which is you can choose 1 card on the field, hand, or in the graveyard of your opponent. If you choose 1 from the field, it goes back to your opponent's hand. If you choose 1 from their hand, it goes back to their deck. And if you choose 1 from the graveyard, it's going to go back to their deck. But here's the thing about Erebus. If you choose a card on the field, monster, it does not target. So, like how other monster cards are that say you cannot target them, no. Erebus does not target. So that's the nice thing about Erebus. Does not target. So if you chose 1 from your opponent's hand, a card, it's going to go back, but it gets reshuffled. Most likely you don't want to choose the effect of giving your opponent a card in their graveyard. So, that's Erebus. Caius. All the Monarchs are done by 1 tributed if you tribute a 1 tributed monster, unless it's a double tribute because it's an A-star monster. Now, Caius. When summoned out, you can banish 1 card on the field. Your opponent takes 1,000 points of damage. Now, if it was done by a dark monster tributed, it can hit 2 cards on the field. If you hit a monster and it is a dark, that monster and the copies of more, rather if they have more than the one you just hit, from the hand, deck, or graveyard, they get banished. So, that's Caius. Then, there's Mobius. When summoned out, hit 3 Magicka traps, destroy them. If it was done by a water, tributed water, again, you choose 3, but your opponent cannot activate them. So there is no point in they're going to chain. No, they get completely set, so they can't play anything. Now, there are different versions, like the Mobius is destroying Magicka traps. Caius is banishing. Mobius is destroying. So there are different kind of versions. I like to play the Mobius and Caius way. And it's not that bad to at least have one more monarch, which is the Stalos. I use one. Not a bad idea to have one. Which is, when summoned out, look at your opponent's hand. If you choose a monster, they take damage equal to as many levels times 200. Now let's go with Idea. When summoned out, you can special summon an attack of 800 and 1000 defenser. So, simple as that. Now, its second effect. Another effect is, when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can get one removed magic or trap of a monarch added to your hand. Another effect. You can and special summon it from the graveyard. So, banish, special summon it right back. When no more special, it does the effect of bringing out one from your deck to the field. Idea. Then there's Idios. Now, when this is on the field, it counts as another tribute. So if you add this out, you can do an extra tribute. So it's almost like you summon out Idea, special summon, add this as another tribute. So you can go tribute, and play one of your monarchs. Unless there's a simple other kind of way where you don't have to use Idea, but most likely you do because you have a low attack right here. So it could be special, summon, tribute, play one of your monarchs. I don't see anybody playing these, but they are so good to play, which are the little vassals. So, Mithra, it could be special summon from your hand. When special summon, you're going to give your opponent 2 tokens. Now, it's still a bad idea, but it's just special summon instantly. Mithra. So good also, I say, is the Rock Vassal. Can be special summoned from your hand as well. Target one monster your opponent controls. Put it face down. Now, of course, it does say target, so it cannot hit monsters that say target. But you choose. But if you can target one, yes, put it face down. Now, it does not. It cannot hit link monsters because links cannot be put face down. Any other monster can. And last but not least, which is pretty good, I like to use, is go Dark Arm Dragon. You must have exactly 3 dark monsters. You can special summon this. Must have exactly 3. Special summon this. Then you can banish 1 dark, destroy a card on the field. Now there is a way to get Dark Arm Dragon in your hand if you need it already. And it makes it more fun to get Dark Arm Dragon, which I will show you in a bit. So, Tenacity of the Monarchs. Reveal 1 monster with 24 attack and 1000 defense, or 28 and 1000 defense, which are basically the Monarchs. Now, you can search for any magic or trap of a monarch, add it to your hand. So you search here to get a magic or trap, and it can only be played once per turn. Now, okay, domain, the field spell for monarchs. It is when this is on the field. This counts as a tribute. So it's almost like you can already, if you had your rock, special summon it, tribute, but you need another monster to play an 8. So tribute, activate the effect. This counts as your double tribute to play a monarch. Now, when you have a Monarch out, a tribute monster, it gains 800 attack for when you attack. Its other effect, which is the best one out of all, you cannot play extra cards. You cannot play extra monsters. You're not playing from the extra deck. But what it does also is your opponent cannot play from the extra deck. So most likely you are stopping them from playing anything from their extra deck. So they cannot play from the extra deck. As long as you have a tributed monster on the field. So that just stops your opponent. Domain. Of course, yeah, only one Pantheism. Too bad it's not 2 or 3. But you must discard this card and any other magic or trap of a Monarch in your hand. Lets you draw 2 cards. Its other effect, you can banish this. Choose any 3 magic or traps from your deck. Reveal them to your opponent. They choose one. And it goes to your hand. The other 2 get reshuffled. Then it calls. So Monarch Stormforth. The best one out of all compared to Soul Exchange. Once per turn, tribute a monster from a tributed monster. So yes, it's most likely special. Monarch Stormforth. Hit tribute yours, tribute your opponents, play one of your monarchs. One of the best things out of Monarch Stormforth also, it does not target. So always you can hit the monsters that say you cannot target them. No, you can hit them. Monarchs return. Return of the Monarchs. If when you tribute summoned, then you can search for any monster with a 24 and 1,000 defense or 28 1,000 defense. All the Monarchs are 28 1,000 defense of a different one. Now here's the thing what I mean by Dark Arm Dragon. 28 and 1,000 defense. 28 1,000 defense. So if you need Dark Arm Dragon, you can search for Dark Arm Dragon. So that's the nice thing about Dark Arm Dragon. It has the same attack and the same defense as the Monarchs. So if you already have 3, then yes, get your Dark Arm Dragon. Special summon your Dark Arm Dragon. Little cool effect. Then March of the Monarchs. Tribute summon monsters you control cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. So most likely, anytime your monsters would be Dark Hold, whatever, and this is on the field, no, they do not get destroyed. The only way your monsters would be destroyed is if they were attacked. Now, Dark Hole, Raigeki. So if you had, your March of the Monarchs, you had a Monarch out, which is a tribute. You Dark Hole, your opponent's monsters get destroyed. Yours does not, because it's protected by March of the Monarchs. Then, one card that came back, I am so glad, because it works so well. Pot of Avarice. Pot of Avarice. Select 5 monsters from your graveyard. Add them back to the deck. Shuffle. You draw 2 cards. So, if you had any of your monsters that you need back, which are, of course, Monarchs, the Vassals, your Dark Arm Dragon, Edios, Idea, get those. And of course, draw 2 cards. Pot of Avarice works so well, because I know there's a lot of times you're going to use a lot of Monarchs or your Vassals and you need some back, well then Pot of Avarice helps you. Because I don't know why this card was banned for a damn long time, but it just came back, so thank God. Prime of the Monarch is, if you have this card in your hand, if this card was on the field, it's a continuous trap card. So, when it is flipped up, then you can, once per turn, draw, then once per turn, get any two of different names of Monarch spell cards, put them back to the deck, shuffle, draw a card. Or you can, best thing to do, have this in the graveyard. Due to the effect of when you have this and a different kind of Monarch, you banish one, you special summon this. It becomes a token. So most likely you want a defense mode because it gives you an extra monster. So if you need it, of course, yeah. Domain, you can tribute this and the effect of Domain, do a double tribute to play one of your Monarchs. So it's like if you have so many, banish, special summon. And with the effect of Idea, when it's sent, you can just get one of those possibly Monarchs you have banished just to do the effect of special summoning out Prime of the Monarchs. And last but not least, Dark Advance. One awesome trap card for Monarchs. During either player's turn or battle phase, target one monster from out of 24 attack or more and 1,000 defense. Then put it in face-up attack position. You can only use it once per turn. So it's almost like this. If you have a Monarch, you have Dark Advance face down, here's a little combo you can do. So, Caius, Dark Advance, and if you have Erebus in the graveyard, your opponent goes, they're going to play, let's just say, a Ritual or Synchro, and they're going to play an effect? No. Dark Advance, get Erebus, then still on your opponent's turn, you can tribute to play one of yours instantly. Then do Erebus' effect, throw away a magic or trap of different names to the graveyard, activate the effect on your opponent's turn. It's a little combo you can do to stop your opponent. Or you just have one monster out. Here you go. Okay, fine. Dark Advance, get Erebus, tribute, Ether, send away two, special summon one. Now you have two monsters out, and if they're going against one monster, well, they have to deal with two. At the end of the turn, get this to your hand, or you can do it on your turn. You can even get Dark Arm Dragon to your hand also. A little fast effect you can do with Dark Advance. So if they have back row, you have Mobius. So Dark Advance, get Mobius, tribute, play Mobius, destroy their magic or traps on their turn. So it's a little trap card where you can do this on your opponent's turn if you wish to. So, okay. So then, here we go. Domain. Ether. Idios. March. Return. Tenacity. These are your 6 cards. If you can get Domain and March already, you have a good combo effect. So look at what you have and what you can do. Most likely you want to go searching already. So reveal your 28 attack, 1000 defense, go Tenacity. Search for whichever you want. So let's just say Pantheism. You want to have it in your hand. So here's what you can do. Maybe, yes. Activate Domain. Activate March. Activate Return of the Monarchs. So, Edios. You still have Ether, you still have Pantheism. Gives you an extra tribute. So, tribute, activate Domain for another tribute. Tribute. Go into Ether. Ether, send away a magic or trap. So, let's just say Prime. And a Tenacity. So, special summon. Now, activate Return of the Monarchs. So, get one besides of a different name. So, maybe you want to go into Mobius. So, Pantheism, Mobius. End of your turn. Erebus goes back to your hand. So, your draw. Prime of the Monarch. Okay, you don't really want to have this in your hand. But you can go Pantheism. Throw away. Throw away a magic or trap. So, most likely you want to go into Prime. Throw away. Draw your 2 cards. Maybe it was Dark Hole. And a Monarch Stormforth. Oh wait, let's not go Monarch Stormforth. Let's go. You drew into a Vassal. Now you can tribute, or when you get a Vassal, special summon, because you can from your hand, activate the effect, choose one monster your opponent controls, put it face down. Then, tribute, activate as another tribute, throw it to the graveyard. You can play Mobius or Erebus. So let's just say Erebus. Send away a magic or trap. So most likely maybe Tenacity. And a, let's just say another return. Throw it to the graveyard. So you did so now you can do the effect. Choose any card. Of course, does not. It can hit anything. It can hit anything because yeah, it does not target. Then activate Monarch's Return. Maybe you want to go into this time Caius. Okay. Now, okay. Let's just say they add monsters. You want to Dark Hole. Here's the thing. Tributed monsters for March of the Monarchs, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. So these stay. Next, maybe you want to throw away Pantheism, remove from play. Reveal 3 different cards of a spell trap card. So maybe Stormforth, another Tenacity, And they march to the monarchs. Okay, you know you already have this, so maybe your opponent might just say, get your march because you already have one. So, whichever you choose of their choice, it's going to go to your hand. Now, okay, let's just say it is march, because that's possibly what they're going to want to choose. So you have another march, Mobius, and Caius. So then you drew into Idea. Special summon. So Domain, Ether, Erebus, Idea, Eidos. Maybe you want to double tribute because you don't want to use Domain and you want to get rid of Idea. So tribute, Caius, search, maybe yes, you want to go into Dark Arm Dragon. Now, one was banished, so get your Pantheism back. Throw away Pantheism, throw away March, draw you 2 cards. And yes, there you go. Eidos, whatever, you're choosing. Maybe you want to go into another Caius. Because when you have Eidos, and you want to tribute maybe just another Caius to go into another Caius, as soon as you have up to 3, you have Dark Arm Dragon. So let's just say, yeah, you did have your 3. Well then, of course, you drew into your other Ether. So, tribute. Activate. Special summon 1. Search for 1. You have exactly 3. Special summon Dark Arm Dragon. 4 right there. And then gain the 800 when you attack. Of course, yeah. You have your Dark Advance set. You have another Erebus in your hand in the graveyard. If that was the situation, activate on your opponent's turn. Erebus, tribute, play your Erebus, send away 2, special summon. Okay, so yeah, search for, return the Monarchs. Maybe it's just the Stalos you want in your hand, but then Ether's effect would go, and you can just hit whatever monster they want. They want it on the field, get sent away. So, big right there. When it comes to your turn, since you possibly do have the Stalos and they have 1 card in their hand, well then maybe, yeah, get rid of your Erebus. The Stalos. Search. Maybe another Mobius. Take that card from your opponent's hand. You have a huge board right here. If this is in your graveyard, but you need to, remove, special, you have all this. Activate tribute, your other. And search. And since these are tributed, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. The only way these cards go away is if they're destroyed by other monsters. So, that's the Monarch deck. Hope you all enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. Show you more deck profiles later. Peace.